today for our dedication of the historical marker for the Corinth Cemetery. We've waited a long time for this to happen, and I'm really excited about it.
Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to memorialize the memory of our relatives, family, and neighbors, and that came to this country and helped to settle this area.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee.
We'd like to honor a few people that have come out today. Anyone that was a member or alumni of the Corinth School, can you please stand?
It's always a pleasure to dedicate these historic Texas cemeteries. I have enjoyed working with Linda on the application and the process, and I want to congratulate Corinth Cemetery Association for going through with this and honoring your burial site. I always like to say at cemetery dedications that the brand of the Texas Historical Commission is real places telling real stories, and to me that's nowhere more evident than a historic cemetery. In 1880, Dr. William Wallace McNeil and his third wife, Elizabeth Ann Bell McNeil, deeded land to the Methodist Episcopal Church South for a church, school, and cemetery. At one time, a church and a school stood where the cemetery is located. F.T. Simpson is the oldest marked grave in the cemetery, dating from 1899. Simpson, a Confederate soldier, moved to the Corinth community after the war and purchased a farm from A.B. Fortner. Another Confederate soldier, Thomas Benton Tudor, who settled in this area in 1885, is also buried here. John Wesley Carmack and his wife Susan erected a log cabin in the Corinth community, and that cabin now sits at the Steamville Museum thanks to a donation by G.K. Llewellyn. Llewellyn, a rodeo performer and member of the Texas Rodeo Hall of Fame, and his wife Ethel, an artist and two-time nominee of the Texas State Artist of the Year, owned property adjacent to the cemetery. Ethel is buried here at Corinth. The veterans from many wars, including World War II, can be found here at Corinth. This historical marker commemorates the lives of the early families that lived in this vanishing rural community. It is a reminder to future generations of the rich history that occurred in small rural areas and will remain a tribute to that history. By the power vested in me by the Texas Historical Commission, by Erath County Judge Tab Thompson and the Commissioner's Court, I now proclaim this site a historic Texas landmark and deem it worthy of eternal preservation.
As our guests today, we have the Sons of the Confederate Veterans.
Our heritage is being attacked all across the Southland and in Texas. One of the many purposes of our organization is to maintain the heritage of our Confederate ancestors, their country, who was voted on by their citizens and formed what they called upon them to do. And what we do is try to honor and preserve their good name. We're extremely grateful for what's worded on this plaque. Because they came here, a lot of them left Texas. A lot of them didn't leave Texas. But when the war was over, they came home to a war here with the Comanche Indian and the Kiowa. They left the war, fought a war, came home to war, and they made Texas. I want to read you a little bit here. At the close of the bloodiest and most costly war Americans ever fought, General Robert E. Lee bade farewell to his once mighty Army of Northern Virginia in General Order Number 9. He also said goodbye in a much less formal manner to his boys in gray that he loved and admired so deeply. General Lee said, "Boys, I've done the best I could for you. Go home now, and if you make as good citizens as you have soldiers, you will do well, and I shall always be proud of you. Goodbye, and God bless you all." Lee's beloved Texans, his shock troops that always moved them, returned home to begin anew their disrupted lives in Texas. Many other Southern soldiers returned home peacefully as their general bade them, only to find desolation and ruin accompanied with crushing poverty. As a result, they left their home states and came to Texas to join once again with their former Texas comrades in arms to begin anew another hard fight. The fight to convert Texas from a raw, wild, dangerous frontier in what today has become the greatest state in the Union. Now, the thing about Texas, and this camp puts out over 1,800 of these grave flags every year, and there are 4 buried right up here, is they are here from every state in the southern states. We need to do our best to make these new citizens of Texas aware of our ancestors and their Confederate history. God bless you all, and God bless Texas. And we'd like to perform a salute to these brave men up here in this graveyard.
On my command!
The Army coming.
Fire! Gunner, load! Oh, yeah.